I think I was about 5 or 6 when my parents divorced, and they had a really bad relationship. They didn't get along very well. It's really like hazy how it happened, but my mom took custody of me. She had lupus and she had mental illnesses that she didn't deal with. And I think that she dealt with it the way that she knew how to. Unfortunately, that was through drugs, alcohol. That attributed to a lot of my fear of connecting with people. And then, going to school and trying to make friends, and then, you don't have emotional investment at home. My dad didn't live with me, I didn't see him, so he worked a lot, and so I didn't really have anything or anyone. I was looking for affirmation, I was looking for comfort that I just wasn't getting. I was never really taught what it meant to actually follow Jesus, what it meant to be a Christian, to really walk in the Spirit. I don't think I ever really experienced conviction. When I actually started reading the Bible, when I actually started to understand Jesus and started to understand what that looked like, I was deeply convicted and turned away from everything that I knew was interfering with my relationship with God. I think I went too far though, and I became pretty rigid. I became pretty cold. I became very judgmental and critical of those around me. I started to get really curious about doing drugs. Just something about the idea of doing drugs was really appealing to me. And so about a year straight, I was consistently smoking weed. I was experimenting with kratom. My experience with smoking weed, for me personally, was not beneficial because of my mental illnesses. But what it did show me was how truly depressed I was, how much I dealt with anxiety, how much I was really suppressing and dying and broken on the inside. I started to learn to tattoo, and I was kind of making tattooing a little bit of a god, because I was I'm gonna be the best artist I can be, trying to pursue my own glory in it. September 2018, I had a psychotic break. I didn't eat for 3 days. I didn't sleep for 3 days. I didn't drink water for 3 days. I broke. I laid in a hill of fire ants, and my whole body, head to toe, covered in ant bites. I was sent to mental illness or mental wellness center. I was there for a week. The revelations I was having about myself, aside from the ones that were obviously psychotic, but the ones that truly exposed and showed me how afraid I was, how sad I was, how much pain I was in, also opened my reality how much pain and suffering other people are in. And I realized it was fear. Fear was driving me and motivating me to try to change the uncomfortability around me. And I bore that burden. I wanted to fix it. I wanted to make things right. That point, I was I want Jesus. I want that relationship. I want to walk in the Spirit. I want to abandon whatever I had created Him to be. There wasn't really a key moment, where it was an epiphany. It was just, I was digging, and the more I kept digging, the more treasures I found. I found one treasure that did it, that showed me confidence and showed me that. And yeah, and then once I got it, I realized there's more to dig. You know, there's more to keep finding. David, he was dancing in his ephod. He was just dancing in front of everyone, and specifically his maidservants. He was just so happy. And his wife, in disgust, told him how the king displayed himself in front of his maidservants today. And I love his response. He says, even for the Lord, I will become more undignified than this. This experience in this past year really made that real to me. I understood it now, you know? Not that I throw away integrity, but what it does mean is I don't have to be afraid to dance. I don't have to be afraid to be happy. I can be happy, and I don't have to beat myself up anymore. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. And even if they look at me and think how silly or weird or strange or odd, I can turn around and say, I'll become more undignified than this.